In today's video, we're going to take a look at premiums for both silver and gold. And we're not going to look at the retail premiums, we are going to look at the wholesale premiums because those numbers are a good indicator as to what shops are paying and what they're getting if they have to sell and buy their gold and silver on wholesale. But first, let's rewind just a little bit because about a month ago, I did this video right here where I called coin shops to find out what they were paying for 1 ounce gold eagles and 1 ounce gold bars. Look at the results. First, let's look at bars. As you can see by this chart, in that video, the best shop offered us $30 back of spot. The lowest that we got offered was over $100, in fact, $116.50 back of spot. And the average for all the shops that we called was $57.08 back of spot. No matter what you did, if you were selling gold bars, you were selling them back of spot price. Now, of course, with gold eagles, and we knew this going in, we were going to do a lot better. And that's exactly what happened. With gold eagles, we had multiple shops offer us at least spot price or better, with the best shop offering us $10 over spot. That being said, the same shop that offered us way back of spot for 1 ounce gold bars also offered us way back of spot for 1 ounce gold eagles to the tune of $82 an ounce back of spot. And the average for all the shops that we called came out to over $28 back of spot. So on average, you are still going to get less than spot price for 1 ounce gold eagles unless you take the time to call around. But why is that? Well, today we're going to take a look at wholesale prices and explain why coin shops may have to move their product via wholesale if there's not enough retail customers to buy it from them and keep them with a positive cash flow. So let's take a look at these real wholesale numbers for both gold and silver. But before we do, if you like videos like this and you want to learn more, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out and I appreciate it. Another year, another monster box of silver. For 2024, SD Bullion is giving away a full monster box of their 1 ounce silver Tree of Life coins. You can enter this giveaway all year, but I suggest that you do it now by going to sdbullion.com/sweepstakes and make sure you enter today. Thank you to SD Bullion for sponsoring my channel. All right, so now what we have on the screen is the buy and sell prices, the popular gold and below a popular silver indications buy and sell sheet for gold and silver, popular gold and silver items. Now this is accurate as of this morning, May 30th of 2024. I'm not going to share who the wholesaler is. It doesn't matter because you couldn't deal with them anyway. They only deal with shops that can move a lot of product in and out with them. But we're going to take a look at this because it's pretty eye-opening. Take a look at this. The 1 ounce gold bar. This is one of the things that we did in that video I just showed you. They're right now paying $1 back of spot. So $1 an ounce back of spot for a 1 ounce gold bar. You can see it right here. And they're selling it for $13 over spot. That is a spread of just $14. Now, when we called those shops, the cheapest that we were offered, the lowest I should say, was $116.50 back of spot. So that shop, if they bought just 1 bar from us and then shipped it off, let's assume shipping and insurance was $15, they're still in line to just throw it in a box and make $100 off of your purchase. The shop that offered us $30 back, a little bit different, because if you figure in $15 plus the dollar back, $16, so they're in line, assuming there's no other fees, to make $14 per ounce on your gold bar if they didn't have the clientele to come in and buy it from them, because surely they sell it over spot across the counter. But sometimes they get so much of it coming in, especially in times like this where the numbers going up, more people are selling, less people are buying, they may have to move it out to these wholesalers. But what's really mind-blowing to me is, again, the spread here. Look at this, $14. Or look at this 10 ounce gold bar right here. Let's think about this for a second. It's pretty mind-blowing, all right? So they're paying $8 an ounce back of spot for 10 ounce gold bars today. They're selling them for $7 an ounce over spot. That's a $15 spread. It's a $1 more spread than the 1 ounce gold bar. But what's significant is a 10 ounce gold bar at over $2,300 an ounce. You're looking at an over $23,000 purchase, and their spread is only $15 an ounce. That means they are in line to make about $150 between buying and selling a full 10 ounce gold bar. That is assuming, of course, that spot doesn't drop from when they buy it to when they get it to when they sell it. $15 an ounce, $150 on a $23,000 purchase. There's a lot of companies that could not work on those tight margins. Kilo gold bars right here, the spread is only $13 an ounce. So now you're looking at $130 to $63.90, $4, 10, 13. So about $416. So they're looking at about $416 between buying and selling a 1 kilo gold bar. That is over $80,000 worth of gold. Well, maybe not quite over 80. It's definitely over 75, 74, 70. Anyway, it's a lot of money. It's like between $75,000 and $80,000 worth of gold for that 1 kilo gold bar, and they're making less than $500. That is crazy. Now let's take a look at something that we did call those shops about, though. Let's take a look at these 1 ounce gold eagles. BU year varies. Now we're not gonna look at 2024s because in that video we didn't specify the date. So you can see right here, they're paying, so this is a percentage, so they're paying 1.25% over spot. That's what the wholesaler is paying. Now, I just checked gold prices to be completely accurate right now, and we have gold sitting at $2,344 per ounce. So let's grab a calculator and do some math. We got 2344. So we are going to look at 1.25%. So we multiply it by 0.0125. This wholesaler is paying $29 an ounce over spot for a 1 ounce gold eagle. Now in that video, the highest coin shop offered us $10 an ounce over spot. So if we subtract the 10 that they're paying you, again, they're $19 between what they offered across the counter and what this wholesaler could pay them. If we remove $15 roughly for shipping and insurance, they're in line to make $4 to $5. That's it. That's all they are making on that 1 ounce gold eagle if they didn't have retail clientele to sell it to and had to ship it out. And that's assuming that spot price went up and not down between when they bought it and decided to sell it to a wholesaler to keep cash flow in their shop strong. Because let's be honest, coin shops have to maintain a positive cash flow. Otherwise, when people come in to sell them product, they're not going to be able to continue to buy it. That's why you're seeing a lot of coin shops pull back on what they are paying because wholesalers, I should say, are actually paying them less than what they were a year ago today, quite a bit less. In fact, last year, wholesalers were paying way more than 1.25% an ounce over spot for 1 ounce gold eagles. In fact, if I remember correctly, they were paying for 1 ounce gold eagles almost 10%. It is a huge difference from then to today. Now let's move on to silver. So now we have popular silver indications, and take a look at this. 1 ounce silver rounds, design varies, 25 cents back of spot, selling for 35 cents over spot. That is 60 cents spread. That is incredibly fair. Now, many coin shops are not paying 25 cents back. They're paying 50 cents back or $1 back of spot for 1 ounce silver rounds. And this is why wholesalers are not even paying full spot for generic 1 ounce silver rounds. And they're not selling them much over spot either. So if a coin shop is in need of silver, there's no reason for them to offer more than 35 cents an ounce over spot when you can just order it from a wholesaler for that. So people that are wanting to sell their 1 ounce rounds for what they were getting last year at $2 or $3 an ounce over spot, which we had many local coin shops offer us in our videos last year when we called shops to find out what they were paying, they're not going to get that today because, again, you could just order it for 35 cents. And this may not even be the cheapest wholesaler. There may be other ones out there as well. But again, they can sell it for 25 cents back, so they're probably going to offer you at least 50 cents back, 75 cents back, some shops $1 back. This is why. And by the way, everything that I'm sharing with you is not me saying that you should be okay with selling your silver back of spot. I'm not saying that at all. Absolutely feel free to sell it on your own to get the most that you can, whether it be online, through eBay, or locally through Craigslist, or in Reddit forums, or Discord channels, or on Facebook, whatever you want to do. This is not me saying, hey, just go to a coin shop and sell it. Sell it for back of spot. You do whatever you feel is best for you. This is just me showing you the numbers so you know why these numbers are the way they are today. Now, speaking of low premiums, everyone knows that the premiums on silver eagles are considerably higher. Let's scroll down and find out why. So take a look at this. Silver American eagles, BU varies. In other words, any brilliant uncirculated silver eagle right now, this wholesaler is offering to the dealers that deal with them $3.60 an ounce over spot, and they're not selling them for less than $4.65. So when we see when we see coin shops selling their silver eagles for $5, $6 an ounce over spot, this is why it's really hard to replace it for less than that, because again, we have a wholesaler right here that right now is actually willing to pay $3.60. So why would a shop sell it for, $3.50 if they can just ship it out for $3.60, right? And then additionally, if they sell it for less than they can replace it for, $4.65 in this example, then they're selling silver that they can't buy back to sell more of, which also puts a constraint on their cash flow. So that is why you're seeing, even with the 1 ounce silver rounds at, much, much lower than silver eagles, this is why the demand for eagles is still at a point where wholesalers are able to offer 360 an ounce over spot, sell them for 465 over spot. But the good news is at least these wholesale prices are dropping, especially on Eagles, because just about a month and a half ago, it wasn't 465. It was in the fives, like 550, 560 that they were selling them for. So the numbers are at least coming down there. So like I said, this video is not about me advocating for what you should do with your silver. I'm not saying that you should be okay with selling it for back of spot. No one is saying that at all. I'm just showing you when you call coin shops and they're offering you numbers that you don't think are fair, at least you know why. Well, at least you know why for the good shops, like the ones offering 10 over for Silver Eagles or only 20 or 30 back for 1 ounce gold bars. The shop that offered 116 back for the gold bars and $82 an ounce back spot for the gold Eagles, well, some shops are more fair than others, and we'll just leave it at that. But at least this gives you an idea for the shops that are being fair, why even the shops that are incredibly fair don't seem to be too fair right now. And that's not to do with them trying to rip people off. It's just them trying to remain profitable and maintain a positive cash flow so they can continue to do business, because this, of course, is their bread and butter. This is how they cover their rent and overhead for the shop. This is how they pay their employees. This is how they pay themselves and their own bills. So, you know, the shops that are being fair still may not look fair in today's market, and this is why. We'll have to see where it goes from here, but as silver and gold prices continue to go up and people become more skittish about buying, it might be a while before we see a return to shops paying more than we are, you know, somewhere closer to where we would like, somewhere closer to the spot for 1 ounce rounds, 10 ounce bars. You know, we'll see how it goes, but at least this gives you some sort of insight, and I hope that it helped and gave you an idea into what's going on. So if you guys like today's video, do me a favor. Don't forget to like and subscribe, like I said earlier. I really appreciate it, and it greatly helps me out. It helps keep this channel going, so I really appreciate you doing that. And other than that, you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll put a video right here. If you haven't seen it yet, you should watch that next, and we'll see you next time.